Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, the Dravanian Horde has begun its assault on Ishgard in earnest, and it appears that Lady Iceheart and her heretics were able to, in some way, dispel one of Ishgard's defensive magical wards, which has weakened the city's defense against the dragons, and they have officially requested the help of the Scions and the Crystal Braves and the other grand companies around Eorzea to help defend the city, though considering that their policy hasn't exactly been friendly toward the other nations, it's not like that the other nations are going to help much. But the Scions and the Braves are going to. So, that is what we're going to be working on. We also met Estinian for the first time and learned a little bit about Needhogg and his eye. So we'll be seeing how that develops over time. But for now, we need to speak with Laughborn and figure out what it is it needs doing to help us prepare for the coming war with the dragons. So, let's go ahead and have a chat. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthis, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Alright, speak to Totaro. Oh, there she is, right there. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Indeed. Okay, so recruit adventurers in Revenant's Toll. Here's an accomplished adventurer. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Very well. Hello? What's up? Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess, but that ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the 4th that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? Odds damn it. I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. But that ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, them black market weapons went missing from our vault in Ulda. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing as binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all, that and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in his crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. But the boy's got passion. When he talked about being the guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, there's a fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, you've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Yame. So troubles afoot with the Braves, which I've been kind of sensing a little bit of over the last few quests. Alright, but yes, as he said, we have a war to win, and we have people to recruit to do that. So, let's get about finding some other adventurers who might be more willing to fight some dragons. Let's see. Let's see if I can find a good spot to look around. Well, nobody in line of sight here. Ah, there we go. An adept adventurer. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do? What to do? Chasing coin. Fair enough. Let's see, there might be some people in the Seventh Heaven. In fact, that's probably where they might be. No, that's outside the circle. Well, I think what I might do here is pause the recording until I find these people, and then come back once I have them. Alright, so I'll be back in a sec. Alright, I did find one, and I wanted to show how to get them. At least, hopefully, how to get to them. Well, I found one. There you are. Angular Adventurer. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventurer in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddle behind an icy wall. Again, fair enough. Alright, so through here, I think. My idea to get to a high vantage point was on the right track. I just didn't get high enough. There you are. Austere Adventurer. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians. Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me a fair share if the coin was good. I worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody hawk, he did. Still, I'd put up with worse than that for a heavy purse. Alright. Express elevator to the bottom. Okay, so let's find Totaro and wrap this up. There you are, Ayame. So, did you sway any hearts? Well, at least one. One or two, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4, not including Slaffborn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant's Toll veteran is worth a dozen clanking knights at least. Alright. So Tara has a message for me from Alphino, apparently. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently the Alliance leaders are convening in Ul'dah to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Ul'dah, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he would meet you on the Royal Promenade. Very well. Back to Ul'dah. Teleport. Alright, we're going to do Aethernet. We're going to head to the Chamber of Rule. Okay. And there's Alphino. Let's talk to him. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted the gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt like obliged to attend. The Alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? Ooh, another council meeting.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Brave's intervention.
Ul'dah has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but 2 of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
So they want me to assemble a party of elite adventurers to assist with this. That means other players. Alright. So it looks like we're going to be having another duty to attend to. Soon. Probably. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Harshaphon and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Ilbert, what news? Then the assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare in the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Ayame, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marceline at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Alright. So, we need to head out to the Gates of Judgment in Kurthus. So, to Dragonhead we go, and then we ride from there to the gates. And the Steps of Faith is coming up here. This is going to be an interesting and rather chaotic battle, if I remember correctly. Though I think probably at this point, it caused a lot of people a lot of trouble because it's not quite, you know, not a straightforward, you know, beat down the enemy kind of fight. At least it wasn't back in the day. I don't know how power creep has affected this particular battle. We'll have to see. Alright, Marceline. You are the appointed captain of the Cell Sword contingent? And welcome. There is no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once the advanced skirmishers are slain. Okay, so we have one more thing to do over at White Brim. So I will actually go ahead and pause the recording while we head over there, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so we are riding through White Brim, and we do hit these Dravanian skirmishers. Let's go ahead and get the chocobo out. Drop my Defiance and get to work. We're gonna open up with the AoEs, see if we can't drop all these guys in short order. He's a small fry anyway. Well, the big one is the one that dropped first. It's a bit unexpected. Oh. More of them, eh? I was wondering what in the world is on my character, and I just realized it's Midgardsormr who is riding on my character's shoulder while I'm fighting. There he is. Defeat the Dravanian forces at Providence Point. Way up there? Okay, well, let's teleport back to Dragonhead. Alright, so we got another little ride ahead of us. I think I'll probably just stick with it here rather than pausing. It's not going to be that far away. Alright, there's our targets. Deal with these guys one at a time. More of them. Horde Commander. I was like, you're gonna be a little bit tougher than the other ones. No matter. Still more than capable of handling you on my own. Well, and my turbo. Alright, report to Marceline. Just teleport to Dragonhead and then ride from there. Alright. Marceline. Alright, what news, adventurer? The reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Trevanian devils, damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Okay. What's next? Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know that it is, what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the steps of faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the sea of clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Danafin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are the dragons now able to land unhindered upon the steps of faith. Should the Trevanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. All now rests on us, adventurer. Lead your comrades out into the steps of faith and prepare to meet the horde. May the fury guide your blades. Steps of faith now accessible. Alright. Let me just check my time here. Okay, it's a little bit early, but I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here because we now need to do the steps of faith. It shouldn't be that long or complicated of a fight, but I can't guarantee that, and I don't want to get stuck in a long, drawn-out process right about now. So, we'll go ahead and we'll pause here, and then we will come back next episode and run through the Steps of Faith battle, and then proceed on from there. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.